Hello students, hope all of you are fine. Today I am going to start the topic moving coil galvanometer. Galvanometer, it is a device which is used to check the presence of current in certain circuit, or it can measure very small currents. Today we will discuss its principle, construction and working. So first let us discuss the principle of galvanometer. Galvanometer, it works on the principle that when a current carrying coil is suspended or placed in uniform magnetic field, it experiences torque. Now let us discuss construction. As you can see in this labeled diagram, galvanometer, it consists of a coil which is bound over some metallic and non-magnetic frame like aluminium. Here this coil is bound over an aluminium frame, and the axle of the aluminium frame, it is pivoted between these two jeweled bearings. The one end of the coil is connected to this hairspring which is made up of phosphor bronze. Now why this spring is made up of phosphor bronze, that we will discuss during working. So one end of the coil is connected to this hairspring and other end of the spring is connected to this terminal. This is another hairspring. Its one end is connected to this terminal and other end is connected to the coil. So this is coil. Inside the coil, soft iron cylinder is inserted. So why this cylinder which is made up of soft iron, it is inserted this coil, it is inserted to concentrate the magnetic field lines through the coil. This is a source of permanent magnetic field, and the faces of this magnet, they are concave in shape. So why they are concave in shape? Again we will discuss this during working. These are the terminals through which when current is passed through the coil, it start rotating, and when it start rotating, it shows some deflection. So here we measure the deflection in the coil when current is passed through it, and indirectly we measure the amount of current which has been passed through these terminals by calibration method. So this is the scale where we can measure the deflection or the current which has been passed through this coil. So this is about the construction. Now we will see its working. As I said, the current which is to be measured is applied across these two terminals. So when we apply current across these two terminals, this current passes through this hairspring which is made up of phosphor bronze, and through this hairspring current passes through the coil. So when current is passed through the coil, we have already discussed that a current carrying coil in uniform magnetic field, it experiences torque. So when current is passed through the coil, it starts rotating, or deflection is produced in the coil. Now why these springs are connected? So once this coil it start rotating, at the same time restoring torque is produced. So first we will see what is the torque experienced by a coil when it is placed in uniform magnetic field. Suppose n be the number of turns in the coil I be the current which we pass through the coil, and B be the magnitude of magnetic field, and capital A be the area of each turn of the coil. Then the torque experienced by the coil, tau is equal to NVIA sine of theta, where theta is the angle between normal to the plane of coil and direction of magnetic field. Now in this case, if we see this situation, here the plane of the coil, it is perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field, as magnetic field is directed from north to south. So in this case, the plane of coil, it is parallel to the direction of magnetic field. So means this theta, it will be equal to 90. Plane of the coil is parallel to magnetic field, so normal to the plane of coil, and angle between normal to the plane of coil and direction of magnetic field, it is 90 degree. So this theta is 90. So tau is equal to NVIA sine of 90, and that is equal to NVIA. This is the torque experienced by this current carrying coil in this uniform magnetic field. Now this is the front view of this galvanometer. If we see the top view, this is the top view. Here, as I said that this axle, it is pivoted between these two jewel bearings. So this point, it is shown here, and this is the upper portion of the coil. Now if you see the magnetic field, since these faces are concave in shape, so here the direction of magnetic field is from north to south. If we see at this, along this line, then direction of magnetic field is like this. For this orientation of the coil, the direction of magnetic field is along this side. Means here the plane of the coil is parallel to the direction of magnetic field. But for any other orientation, if this, the orientation of the coil, if it is like this, in this case also the plane of the coil will be parallel to the direction of magnetic field. Means for any orientation of the coil, the direction of magnetic field will be parallel to the direction of the plane of the coil. So means for all orientations, this theta will be equal to 90. So this torque will be equal to NVIA, and this is the maximum value of the torque. So that is the function of these concave faces of the magnet, and this type of field, it is known as radial magnetic field. So here the type of magnetic field is uniform radial magnetic field. And what provides this radial magnetic field? These faces, concave faces of the magnet, they provide the radial magnetic field. Now why we need radial magnetic field? Actually, when we have to measure something with some instrument, the scale should be linear. So in order to make the scale linear, this field should be radial. Now what is the function of this soft iron core? The function of this soft iron core is to concentrate all the magnetic field lines through this coil. Means all the magnetic field lines, they should pass through this coil. So that's why we have inserted this soft iron. Now, what is the function of these hair springs? As I said, when current is passed through the coil, it starts rotating, and at the same time, the restoring torque, it starts playing its role. So, due to these hair springs, a restoring torque will act on this coil. So, if for certain value of current, let our current be I, if the deflection produced in the coil be alpha, then the restoring torque will be proportional to alpha. This torque is proportional to deflection produced in the coil, or we can write this restoring torque is equal to some constant into alpha. This constant is known as torsion constant, or it is also known as restoring torque per unit deflection or restoring torque per unit twist produced in this phosphor branch. Now if we compare these two equations, this NBIA should be equal to this K alpha. So 1 and 2 implies NBIA is equal to K alpha, or we can write I is equal to NBA over I is equal to K over NBA alpha. Now here this K, it is torsion constant, or it is known as restoring torque per unit twist or per unit deflection. N is the number of turns in the coil, B is the magnetic field, and A is the area of the coil. So for given coil N and A, they are constant. Here this magnetic field is uniform, so B is also constant. The value of K, it depends upon the nature of the material of these springs. So generally these springs, they are made of phosphor branch. So means the value of K, it is also constant. So this whole factor is constant. So means we can write I is equal to some constant into alpha, where this constant G, it is known as galvanometer constant. G is equal to K over NBA. So means this current, it is proportional to deflection produced in the coil. So if we measure the deflection produced in the coil, we can measure the current. So by calibration method, here we measure the value of current. So in this way, galvanometer, it can be used to measure or detect the presence of current. Now we will discuss sensitivity of galvanometer. Sensitivity, it is of two types, current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity. So first, current sensitivity. Current sensitivity, it is defined as the deflection produced in the coil per unit current passing through it, alpha over I, and we can write this as alpha over I equal to NVA over K. So this is current sensitivity, deflection per unit current. Now sensitivity of instrument means what small values an instrument can measure. If we talk about this current sensitivity, so this galvanometer is said to be more current sensitive if it can measure very small values of current. So now how we can increase the current sensitivity of galvanometer? These are the factors: number of turns in the coil, magnetic field, area of the coil, and the value of K, that is torsion constant. So current sensitivity depends upon these factors. So we can increase current sensitivity by increasing number of turns, by increasing area of the coil, by using strong magnetic field, or by reducing the value of K. Now if we increase the current sensitivity by increasing number of turns or area of the coil, in that case the instrument, it will become bulky, but instrument should be compact and portable. So the right method of increasing current sensitivity is of using strong magnetic field, or this instrument will be more sensitive if the value of K is small. So that's why I said that these springs, they are made up of phosphor bronze, because the value of K for phosphor bronze is very small. So that's why phosphor bronze is used for suspension of this coil or for providing the restoring torque. So this is current sensitivity. Now voltage sensitivity. Voltage sensitivity, it is defined as the deflection produced in the coil per unit potential difference applied across it, alpha over V, or we can write it as alpha over IR, where R is the resistance of the galvanometer and here it will be resistance of the coil, material of the coil. So we can write this as, so see, this alpha over, we can also write it as IS over R, because alpha over I is current sensitivity. So that is equal to NVA over KR. So as I said, how this current sensitivity can be increased. Similarly, we can increase voltage sensitivity by increasing this number of turns, area of the coil, by reducing the value of K, or by using strong magnetic field. But if we increase this voltage sensitivity by increasing N or by increasing A, then resistance, it will also increase. So means, if we increase voltage sensitivity, if we want to increase voltage sensitivity by increasing number of turns or by increasing area, it may not be always possible that voltage sensitivity it also increases, because R will also increase. So increase in current sensitivity may not necessarily result in increase in voltage sensitivity. The question is asked in exam many times that why increase in current sensitivity may not necessarily result in increase in voltage sensitivity. So this is the reason. If we increase current sensitivity by increasing number of turns or by increasing area, in that case current sensitivity will increase but voltage sensitivity will not increase, because R also increases in that case. So voltage sensitivity can be increased by using strong magnetic field or by reducing the value of K. So this is about current sensitivity and voltage sensitivity. So in this way today we discussed this moving coil galvanometer. I said that the principle of galvanometer is, when a current carrying coil is suspended or placed in uniform magnetic field, it experiences torque, and the main point is the function of radial magnetic field. How field is made radial? The function of radial magnetic field is to make the scale linear, and how field is made radial? By using concave faces of the magnet. And why these springs, they are made up of phosphor bronze? Because phosphor bronze, the value of restoring torque per unit is, it is very small for phosphor bronze, and by this we can increase the current sensitivity of the galvanometer. So with this I stop here. I wish that you stay safe and stay healthy. Stay at home. Thank you very much.